Okay, and we're back, and hopefully the audio is fine. It sounds fine to me.
It's fine for some people.
Yeah, apparently it was fine to some people, so I suspect it was more of a Twitch issue than anything else. But since we're restarting the show, we have to do a very brief thing here. So we're going to cover the Intel X99 chipset and their 8-core brand new Extreme Edition 5960X. Amazon purchased Twitch TV for $1 billion.
970 million.
$1 billion-ish dollars. All right, Microsoft is cracking down on fake apps in the Windows Store. Windows 9 will be free or quite cheap, and boom, here's the intro.
No, I haven't actually watched this.
Really?
Yeah, like, not in a long time. Nicer than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's really good. Except you need to make an Asian smaller guy instead of the Luke on the right there. Alright, so our sponsors this week are... Oh, what did I do? Oh, that's sort of terrible. Okay. We're gonna have to watch it again, apparently. No, don't worry, I got this. And... yay! Our sponsors this week are 5-4 Club. They have actually slightly revised their usual deal, so I will be giving you guys more details, but instead of the old offer, you may actually get cash money in your box, which I think is pretty darn interesting. Also, oh, wow, I did it again. That is something. That is something. Alright, so also powering the show this week is HyperX, and we've actually got...
The intro's playing.
Yeah, the intro's playing. Okay, I got this under control. This is what happens when I don't sleep, and the entire week is a complete disaster for me. So this week, the show is also brought to you by HyperX. We've actually got Luke and Brandon down at PAX Prime. They are powered by HyperX down there at the show, and they are going to be doing a great job of bringing you guys some great content from PAX. So one thing to keep in mind, guys, is that HyperX asked for us to mention their YouTube channel. So that's youtube.com/KingstonHyperX. They've got a lot of great gaming content on there, so make sure that you check that out. All right. So, all right, Twitch chat, I'm sorry. We're done with the technical difficulties for now. All right, so our first news topic this week, and this was removed from the forum since the original post by Marcus_UK. So the article here is from GameSpot, and Amazon acquires Twitch in a $1 billion deal. See, GameSpot agrees with me. $1 billion. Now, this flies in the face of the original rumors that YouTube was going to acquire Twitch. And we were actually talking about this in the car on the way back from the office the other day. And I think the Amazon acquisition makes sense, but I think you were saying that YouTube might have been a more sensible option, depending on whose perspective we're talking about. So
I think it's better that Amazon bought Twitch just because you don't have that consolidation of power with regards to video streaming. I was just playing devil's advocate because Google has acquired a ton of things, and they haven't really ruined them, except for like Waze and what else?
I think there are people who would argue that they've kind of ruined YouTube compared to the sort of the indie vibe that YouTube had going on at the beginning, but honestly, I think it was going to go that direction eventually anyway, because they were going to have to figure out a monetization model. It's just that Google figured that out. And YouTube might have come to a very similar conclusion on their own if they had stayed independent, except that they might not have been able to ever build the kind of infrastructure to support, HD and now 4K that Google has managed to build to back it up.
Wait, so are you trying to say that YouTube was ruined or wasn't?
I'm trying to say some people say it is. I personally don't think so.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that YouTube has been great for content creators, and it's been pretty darn good with some obvious hiccups like the recent Google Plus integration.
And us not being
for
able
consumers.
to upload anything.
Yeah, and the fact that we can't upload anything right now. But by and large, it's better than it used to be. I mean, I used to have issues uploading files all the time. Now it's like weird when it happens.
Apparently I look awkward.
You look awkward. I think we both look awkward because the camera is like super awkward and we're far away and stuff. But so what would you have seen happening then if Google acquired Twitch instead of Amazon?
I think it would be largely the same, just because I don't think either of them want to ruin a good thing. Because Twitch is as big as it is, just because that's what they do.
They've only been around 3 years.
Justin TV was longer.
That's true, but the whole game streaming thing has only been around for 3 years on Twitch.tv. Or Twitch, I guess is their current branding.
Which is more reason not to tamper with anything, just because who else really understands game streaming besides Twitch and Azubu TV? Who else? Nah, that's it.
That's pretty much it.
They can't really bring in their own experience just because they don't have that experience. So I think, by and large, either company would have left Twitch alone.
Hard to say, because even though Twitch has so much more experience with live game streaming, I think that if Google acquired them, and this was an opinion that I saw kind of echoed in a number of different places. I think had Google acquired Twitch, they would have been the little brother of YouTube, and the YouTube team could claim to have a lot of experience with game streamers, because typically archived content, even from big game streamers, will do better on YouTube over the long term than it does on Twitch. In fact, Twitch has even revised their archiving policies to try to delete most of people's old footage unless they're saving it as a highlight reel. Because no one's really watching it. It's just taking up space.
I watch it.
Okay, you watch it. But would it kill you to go on their YouTube channel to watch it?
Okay, well, from my perspective, I watch the tournaments when they're not in the right time zone, and or like if I just miss it. So I'll usually go to that Twitch broadcast channel and watch the VODs on there, whereas I would have to like YouTube and search some random channel to find it.
You know, this is an interesting take on this. I've got a few people in the Twitch chat suggesting that Amazon was actually buying the streaming technology that Twitch has been using. I don't know if I buy that. I mean, Amazon's already got their on-demand video. It's not like they don't have the backbone to stream video. I really don't think that that's it. I mean, I think that there's probably a trick or two that Twitch has developed over the last few years here that is helping them to do what they're doing. But having actually chatted with someone pretty high up at Twitch around this time last year, I mean, they were brute forcing a lot of it, at least a year ago. And there isn't really a way without building data centers all over the place to make streaming much less demanding, which happens to be exactly what Amazon has. And that's why that's a marriage made in heaven. And mind you, it's in much the same way that Google and Twitch would have been as well, because Google also has data centers all over the place that would have been able to reduce the latency that we all experience with Twitch streams, as well as potentially increase the quality and reliability of the streams. So I totally disagree that Amazon bought them for the technology. I don't think their technology is anything special compared to what Amazon does. Someone says, Edzel, stop staring at Linus. He can't resist.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll stare at that. I'm trying to listen to you, and that's the best way to listen.
You're trying to listen to me. That's your first mistake. Yeah, I'm just gonna zoom this in a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's all. Wow, because the camera's crooked, I look super tall, which is not the case at all.
Yeah, I'm actually taller than Linus.
Someone says, now you have a baby, you look all grown up. I actually have two kids now, and I probably look grown up because I look old, because I am super, super tired this week. It has been a crazy week. Should we talk about it a little bit?
Your baby?
No, not my baby.
No.
The week we've had. What would you know about my baby?
No name?
Yeah, actually, we have named her now.
Really?
Yes. I basically just gave up. And Yvonne went with it. No, I'm not gonna, I don't reveal the kids' names on, I don't reveal the kids' names on the stream or anything.
It's Winona!
Yeah, it's not Winona, but
It should
yeah,
have been Winona.
we have named the baby. So we came in on Monday morning, and since then it's been pretty much a blur. We have okay, so our main office room, all the editing, I painted it while you guys were doing arts and crafts.
Wait, Monday? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we got started Monday, I think. Wait, what?
No, it was supposed to be 3 days, and today was the 4th, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. What
So
did we do
Tuesday?
Monday? Well, Brendan wasn't back yet.
Whoa!
What did we... This week feels like it's been 2 weeks.
Have we been at this for 5 days?
No, I don't think so. Okay, anyway, the point is, let's say Tuesday. Let's assume it was Tuesday. Tuesday morning, we tore apart the office. So all the workstation PCs, all the editing machines, we tore them out of the office and scattered them throughout the building because there was no space for anything. We piled all the desks in the middle, and Nick and I painted the room. Then, so what were you doing on the first day?
I don't remember. Which was the first day? Was it Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday. Let's say it was Tuesday.
Okay.
Did we build
first
any
day.
PCs on the first day?
I thought on the first day, Luke was drilling holes into things.
Right. So the cases we picked needed to have 2 holes drilled in the top of each of them before we could actually install any hardware because there was a clearance issue with the radiators in spite of our pre-planning that we hoped was going to work. So Luke spent a lot of time doing that on the first day, and then I started building some of the computers, putting processors on motherboards. You helped with that.
Yeah.
Installing RAM.
Power supply.
Power supply.
That was the first day.
Yeah, that was first day. And then second day, did we finish the computers the second day?
I think second day we did liquid cooling.
Yeah,
the
so
fittings.
we finished building the PCs, which when it's 5 PCs is actually somewhat time consuming, especially when Linus gets abandoned by Luke so that he can test Intel's
Was that
new
first
4th
day?
gen processors. That second day, because Luke helped on the first day. Yeah, I think we're getting this. It's all been a blur. We've taken so much video, and you promised that the videos about this are going to be awesome, right? Now you're on the spot.
You asked if they would be good, not awesome, and I said I would make it good.
Okay. I guess that's what we're going to have to go with. We've got people complaining about audio sync issues again, but the reality of it is, guys, is I think it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's nothing to do with...
Linus just broke NDA.
No, those are out. Those were released today. The all-new 4th Gen 8-core Extreme Edition, all that good stuff. So, would it help if I put the computer here so that you...
I told you it looked like I was staring at your crotch.
Okay, if I put the computer here, maybe that'll help a little bit. So on the second day, we finished building the computers, and I don't know whether it's because Swiftex fittings are super tight or their tubing is a little bit big when the weather's really hot, but we were having a lot of trouble getting fittings on, and those computers took more than a full day of working to install fittings in and install tubing in. So then after that, that's when Nick was working on redoing the plan to mount the radiator to the outside of the house, right?
I don't know about that part just because I was busy fiddling with the fittings the entire time.
Yeah, Ed was the one... I actually didn't even know how Swiftex Quick Disconnects worked, and Ed was the one who figured out that we have to... What does it come with? It comes with a socket, a G1/4 socket, and then we have to put an end cap on instead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I even figure that out? I think I may have just been trying to undo the quick disconnect, and then I couldn't figure that out, and just twisting it, things came off. And I may have picked up the wrong piece and tried to put that on. But it worked out.
Yeah, so we figured that out. And then during that time, Nick was realizing, along with me, that our original plan for mounting the radiators on the fascia board, like under the roof overhang, was not gonna work. It was way too big and way too heavy. Like, that biz was not happening. So Nick had to figure out how to build a wooden frame around the whole thing and then mount the radiators to that, and then we had to find a way to get that on the roof, and I think that was what we did on the third day. We mounted the radiator to the roof in the morning.
Third day was...
Yeah.
Wasn't that yesterday, though?
Yeah.
Was that third day?
Yeah, we
So
mounted
Tuesday,
the radiator
Wednesday,
yesterday.
Thursday, and then today, 4 days.
Yeah,
What did
and
we
then
do on Monday?
the afternoon yesterday and today, we have filled the loop now a total of 3 times due to various leaking and configuration issues. So that's been our week this week. We can move on to... Actually, I'm gonna try to upload this file again, just because, you know, I can have a dream that maybe YouTube won't be broken.
The radiator isn't actually on the roof. Right. It's in between the houses. So here are the houses. One house, our house. It's like over here. And no matter where the sun is, it's actually in the shade. So it's not going to get cooked.
Yeah, we were actually kind of fortunate that there was somewhere sensible to put that, because that wasn't necessarily a thing that we planned.
Why is the piping not in the wall?
No way. Firefox is working, and
Really?
Chrome isn't for our upload. Brilliant. Freaking jokes, man. Jokes, man.
Are we even using distilled water? No, we're not, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it's just from the hose.
Yeah, it's from the hose, because that was the only way we were able to fill it.
So Linus went up on the ladder, radiator. We brought up a hose into the bathroom and filled it that way. This may look wrong.
That definitely looks all wrong. Yeah, so that was the only way we could even get water into it, because we're not using a closed system. It's not sealed. We actually have like a fill tube that goes up above the highest level of the piping that's in the room. So the only way to get anything in there, because there's no room to even pour, is to put the hose in, because if we brought it down any lower, as soon as the pump stops, the system would back up and pour water, which we discovered the hard way once. We discovered that it wasn't quite high enough. Were you there for that?
No, I think I was outside.
Oh, no,
with
it
the
poured
hose.
water all over me.
Ah.
Yeah, I have gotten sprayed with water quite a few times in the last few days. It has been extremely exciting. All right. So why don't we move on to our next topic here? NVIDIA will allegedly skip 800 series desktop cards, and the next generation will be called 900 series. This was posted by Rock1M1, originally on the Linus Tech Tips forum. So, I guess, do you want to give the basic facts here? Why don't we just, if you put your leg
They
down,
weren't really facts,
then we can
just
put
a
this
rumor.
on both of our legs. Then we can both look like we're staring at each other.
It was just like a rumor, so there's not much to talk about.
Yeah, so the fact is, the rumor is that in order to align with, what was it, the notebook naming scheme?
They were going to name the notebook line G9, or was it GTX 900? Yeah, or 900M. But then they thought that it would be confusing because the desktop was still on 700.
And the notebooks
Doesn't make any sense.
notebooks were rebranded 800 a little while ago. So they're in this weird position where they've done this at times. I mean, they've done it right now, where the notebook ones are a series ahead of the desktop ones, even though they're running this completely the same architecture. But I guess if they found themselves 2 gens ahead on mobile, that might get extremely confusing. And then, or if they're planning to refresh both at the same time, then now's a good time to just kind of skip one and catch up. It's not the first time they've done it. There was never a GTX 380.
Was that just for mobile?
No, there was never. I don't think there was ever a GTX 300 series at all. Because we got...
Yeah, they scrapped that.
Yeah, I think the rumor was they just completely scrapped the project entirely.
Well, the announcement will come, rumored
Allegedly.
to come on September 9th.
Wow, that's really soon. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now with all the new Intel stuff, DDR4. So, guys, our first video about the NVIDIA, about the Intel Haswell-E 8-core Extreme Edition will actually be coming, I think, Tuesday night. So Luke has run all the benchmarks. I've scripted the video, but we haven't had a single video editing workstation up and running in order
laptop
to actually make it. So, well, there was a laptop, but we were using that to make the videos that we've released over the last couple days. So, yeah, there's been no time. But, guys, this thing is a beast. Intel has finally done it. They have caught up to the mainstream platform. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have found it extremely frustrating that for must be about 5 years now, you've been able to get better technology by buying into a mainstream platform than by buying into an enthusiast platform. I mean, what's the deal with that? And we're not even just talking about CPU architecture. So ever since the LGA 1156, LGA 1366 days, ever since then, you've been able to get, you know, things like quick sync technology for quick video transcoding. You've been able to get more USB 3 ports, native USB 3 ports, more native SATA 3 connectors, or even native SATA 3 connectors at all back in the x58 days, like Thunderbolt. All this new technology has been coming to the mainstream LGA 1155 and LGA 1150 platforms before we get it on LGA 2011. Well, now all of that changes. There is actually a justifiable reason to go LGA 2011 3. So the CPUs are all more cores. I mean, that was supposed to be a big selling point. Even back with x58 was it can support more than 4 cores. We had 6 cores. The problem is that the only one in the consumer space was the 980X. It was and the 990X. And Xeons, I guess. But these are not really consumer grade price points. They were $1,000 CPUs. So everyone just went with quad cores on the mainstream platform because a few more PCI Express lanes and triple channel or quad channel memory is not enough to justify a CPU architecture that is inherently anywhere from 8 to 15% slower, depending on which generational gap we're looking at, regardless of how much memory bandwidth it has. So now, with LGA 2011 3, we are getting the same CPU architecture. So it's Haswell or Haswell-E. But basically, Haswell-E is just Haswell with more Haswells. We are getting DDR4, which right now is very expensive for not much of a performance gain, but in the future will give us much higher speed memory. We're getting quad channel memory. We're getting more PCI Express lanes, so 40 on the high-end chips. And then I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it's either 26 or 28 PCI Express lanes on the lower-end chip. We're getting the same feature set, so we can get Thunderbolt-enabled motherboards, which is really awesome. Like the X99 Deluxe from Asus has that Thunderbolt header, so you can add their Thunderbolt 2 expansion card. We are getting the works, and it is... What's up?
No, people are saying I'm quiet.
Oh, you're quiet. Sorry.
Kind of got on the whole Intel
pontification
thing.
I'm on kind of a thing because the problem with LGA 2011 was there was one CPU that was within reach for general consumers. And it was either the 3820K or the 4820K for the last couple of generations. The problem was that was a quad-core chip. It was a quad-core chip that was more expensive on a more expensive platform with more expensive RAM for literally no performance improvement unless you really need the extra memory bandwidth or you really need a few more PCI Express lanes, which most people don't need unless they also need more processing cores. So in order to even get a sensible configuration on LGA 2011, you were spending $600+ on your chip. Not exactly a compelling sort of, gamer type of price point. Well, now on LGA 2011 3, for around $400, you can get a 6-core. So all of a sudden, the entire Intel lineup makes sense again. So on the mainstream, you got quad cores up to nice high clocked ones, like their new Devil's Canyon, the 4790K. Then you pay another, I guess it's around another $75 to $100. You get 2 more cores plus a more robust, more enthusiast-grade platform and DDR4 support. Then beyond that, you get a few more PCI Express lanes, although I think that lower-end one is going to be the more appealing one for most enthusiasts. And then at the very high end, there's the Extreme Edition. The whole thing finally makes sense again. So that's what I'm excited about. And yeah, we've got people talking about it in Twitch chat. That 6-core for $389 looks like a good CPU for the money. Damn right. Because even though single-threaded performance isn't going to be any better, overclocking is solid. DDR4 is going to help a little bit. And if you need the extra cores, like let's say you want to, I don't know, output videos while you game, then you will have it. Someone says, hire Luke back, please. Linus, everyone is ignoring you and staring at Edzel. Luke is not fired. Well, not any more than he's usually fired. Luke is at PAX. So he was driving last night, and he's doing show coverage right now. So he and Brandon are doing a great job of that, presumably. They're asking him to poke me. They always do this. They do this with Luke, too. Luke, poke Linus!
Why is this room so hot?
As if I'm not also looking at the Twitch chat. You know what? This isn't nearly as hot as it usually is. We have a fan blowing, and we have the window open.
Window's not open.
The window's not open? Oh, you're going to want to open that window. That explains why it's so hot in here. Oh, I love this show. All right. So in other news that I suspect almost nobody cared about, OriginPC and AMD have officially made up. So Origin will once again give buyers the option to use AMD cards in their Origin PCs. This was posted by HuanWu26 on the forum. Did you even hear about this?
No, but I read up on what the comments said, and apparently OriginPC just got butthurt. Is that right? Just because they weren't informed by AMD about the Hawaii GPU launch?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. So rumor number 1 is that nVIDIA had a program where they paid Origin copious amounts of money to not sell AMD.
But that's just a rumor, right?
But that is just a rumor. NVIDIA has come out and said that's not true. So that's all we know about that. What I do know is that Origin was not at the AMD Hawaii GPU event, and Main Gear PC had a demo system up running Hawaii GPUs at the event when Origin did not allegedly have any access to said GPU. So the rumor is that Origin basically was super upset about that and was like, what, you don't want us to sell your GPUs? Fine, we're not going to sell your GPUs anyway. So apparently they have kissed and made up, and AMD apologized, which, you know, I think was probably merited. Because it's one thing if you invite, you know, all your system builder partners to come and showcase their rigs. It's another if you pick one favorite one and then leave all the others out. Or even
Maybe
one of the others out.
Budget concern.
I don't think so. I mean, that Hawaii event cost a fortune.
Yeah, maybe that's why there was a budget issue, just getting everyone there. They blew it all on Linus.
Wow. I mean, I think they had over 100 tech journalists at that event. So they could have just not invited me and Austin, and they could have probably afforded to have Origin there, and then this whole thing could have been avoided.
But who's more important, really? Like
me and Austin?
Yeah,
or Origin PC? I think we have to do a straw poll. Straw poll time, guys. Straw poll. Do you want to see what I'm typing? You can look at my crotch. There we go.
Okay, this is me looking at the laptop, and this is me looking at his crotch. There's a difference.
Linus and Austin, Origin PC. You know what's funny is we're actually going to be covering a really cool new product from Origin at the show. I'm not down on Origin at all. They're cool guys. They have great products. It's just having some fun at their expense right now. All right, here we go. Here we go.
I think.
I'm sorry?
You're not logged in. Yeah,
oh,
there you go.
What the deuce? All right, guys, I'm sharing this with you now. I'm trying desperately to. You know, I'm actually really excited about the technological improvements that I think the Amazon acquisition is going to bring to Twitch.
What do you think it's going to change?
I think it will improve reliability because Amazon is reliable. I mean, AWS is reliable.
Except for those times that it has gone down and led to dozens of sites being offline.
Okay, when AWS has a problem, I think the news about it gets amplified. I don't think that's because AWS has tons of problems compared to other services. I think it's just that because they host so much, it's a lot more noticeable when there's some kind of an issue.
I think that might be an issue in itself, just because if Twitch goes down with Amazon hosting it, and 10 other sites that you might go to also go down,
right?
What are you left with? Whereas if those go down, you still have Twitch, so you can watch us.
Well, I suspect that they will be. I mean, unless an entire data center loses power and is underwater or something like that, I suspect you won't see an outright outage of something like Twitch. You might see the service slow down in much the same way that we often see happen now.
But it has happened.
Right?
Hasn't it? Pretty sure. Where it's oh, blah, blah, blah is down. And it's all leads to Amazon being down.
Very rare. But I think the thing we can all agree on is that Linus and Austin were much more important to invite to the Hawaii event than OriginPC. So we're really sorry about that, Origin. You guys tried. You tried to be as cool as me and Austin, but unfortunately that wasn't going to happen. All right. What do we got for our next topic? Aha! Valve will optimize their streaming service with NVIDIA hardware. So this is from the NVIDIA blog. Let's go ahead and share my screen with you guys here. There we go. Valve and NVIDIA just made game streaming better than ever. Last week, Valve officially released support for hardware encoding on NVIDIA GeForce GPUs in the Steam client. Pair the support with one of the latest GeForce GTX GPUs, and you can play remotely from your PC, connected to any Steam-enabled system in your home at resolutions of up to 1080 60p. So, I think this is kind of NVIDIA making a lot of noise about something that was bound to happen eventually and really not that different from much anything else anyhow. But it's great. I mean, have you tried Steam in-home streaming? No? Okay. It is awesome. And I've actually spent a little bit of time on Steam chat with the lead dev for Steam in-home streaming. And I was chatting to him about sort of video encoding and decoding and what they're doing with respect to lowering latency. And it's absolutely fascinating because they basically have to re-tackle it from a different angle for every different combination of encoders and decoders in order to make sure that everything is compatible and everything not only works, but is extremely low latency, so you don't feel that network lag when you move the keyboard and or when you press the keyboard or move the mouse. What do I play over Steam in-home streaming? Almost anything. I've even played FPS games.
Is that to the Shield or...
No. So, one of the potential problems with streaming within the home, so from a more powerful PC to a smaller device or a laptop or another PC, was I saw potential competing standards as a roadblock. The fact that NVIDIA had their own technology, where it was like, okay, you need a GeForce GPU, you got to install GeForce Experience on your PC, you got to have an NVIDIA Shield branded device, so whether it's a portable, handheld, or the tablet, and you got to have a supported router, and that is it. You plug in all these things, and then all the check marks come on, and it works. So I kind of saw that as a potential problem compared to Valve's solution, which is, okay, do you have a graphics card? Great. Do you have a CPU? Also great. Do you have some other thing? Great. It works. Except the other thing has to run Steam, and the first thing has to run Steam as well. And then depending on the hardware, you were going to either have a really great experience if you had nice, fast hardware encoding and decoding, or you were going to have a super crummy experience. So for example, LGA 1156 CPUs were available in either dual core with onboard graphics or quad core with no onboard graphics configurations. The dual core would have been able to support hardware accelerated decoding. The quad core could not. So there was some tricky stuff with respect to making sure you had a configuration that was going to work with Steam and home streaming. So now, seeing nVIDIA and Valve work together on this, I now have complete confidence that whether you're going to run Windows or you're going to run SteamOS...
People who run AMD.
People who run AMD are still going to be okay because Valve is going to work with AMD as well. Because AMD doesn't even have a competing solution. They don't have FreeStream or whatever it is they would call something like that.
You think they will?
You know they would.
So many people have actually just gone with nVIDIA and like completely abandoned AMD.
It's funny you mention that because the market share isn't that much different than it was 5 years ago. AMD's always kind of been in that 20 to 35% range of the discrete desktop GPU market. That's all they really got. AMD FreeStream. We have to start that. We have to make that happen. We have to tell AMD that they have to have like a Freeld handheld, and then they have to have like AMD FreeStream, and that should be awesome for the AMD people. I'd be really interested to see Valve. I mean, I'm hoping that this is an announcement they make in the next 6 months to a year, but it would put the final nail in the NVIDIA game stream coffin for me if Valve released an Android Steam client. And I see them potentially heading this way already. They ported Portal to Android. They ported Half-Life 2 to Android.
They already have a Steam app.
So how far are we away from Steam being your gaming hub, potentially on Android as well, with all of these other fantastic Steam features?
Like running natively on Android or
Yes.
being streamed?
Running natively on Android. That's what I'd like to see. Because then, with Valve behind it, I mean, all the respect in the world to the Limelight guys. Every time I've used Limelight, the latency has not been comparable to NVIDIA Game Stream. Valve, on the other hand, I have faith that they could make that happen. And they could make streaming from your PC, AMD-powered, NVIDIA-powered, Intel onboard-powered, who cares? I think they could make that a great experience streaming to any device that has a beefy enough H.264 decoder chip on board.
Apparently NVIDIA did the ports.
NVIDIA did the ports themselves? Don't think so. I know that NVIDIA was deeply involved in the ports, but Valve was also involved in porting those games. And even then, I mean, the fact that Valve was even willing to entertain that. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's gonna be a big battle for what is the next gaming platform of choice beyond the PC and beyond, really not so much the PC, because I don't think the PC is going anywhere, but beyond the console. It's either going to be some type of lightweight PC, something like an Alienware Alpha, or something like any other sort of lightweight desktop type machine running SteamOS or some other Linux derivative, or even Windows, or it's going to be Android. And if you look at the overall strategy, Valve and NVIDIA both obviously believe in different things here, with Valve thinking we're heading the direction of Steam PCs, or whatever they want to call them, and NVIDIA thinking we're headed towards Android. But I don't think either of them really minds if it's the other one or some mix of the two, because NVIDIA can still sell you GPUs over here, and Valve can still sell you games over here. So...
I wasn't listening at all. I was reading Twitch chat.
Did they say anything interesting? Or
No.
are they just telling you to poke me more?
Something about your crotch, maybe?
Ah, yes, my crotch. My crotch is definitely one of the top subjects of discussion on the stream today. Love it. So, originally posted by Mech777. The article is from hardware360.com. I'm just going to go ahead and fire this baby up here. Witcher 3 dev promises only 30 FPS on consoles. Wah wah. Although, the funny thing about this is that they basically said, okay, we're going to be aiming for the highest resolution possible, but full HD 1080p would likely not be possible, and the only thing they could promise was 30 FPS. So essentially, even though, you know, there have been some complaints about there being a console release, at least what the, you know, PC Master Race subreddit can take some consolation in is the fact that the experience on the console is going to be significantly degraded. Is David still here?
David? Yeah, he is.
Can you get the door when it rings in a minute? Okay. Thank you. UPS is outside. I think they've got a Cooler Master power supply for Edzel's new dual Titan 12-core editing workstation. Yeah, that's your new power supply, man. And something else. Yeah, David's gonna grab it. We should say hi to the UPS guy. Oh, I don't think he can hear me. I think he's got his Bluetooth headset in. Have you ever really gotten into a Witcher game?
Yeah, I love the Witcher games.
Okay, tell me what's appealing about them. I've tried with both Witcher 1 and Witcher 2. Enlighten me.
I find that the character interactions are above the standard that you might be used to for most games. The main character is actually kind of shitty. No offense to the voice actor or the writers, but
isn't that by default? Isn't that who you just offended? Saying no offense doesn't make it unoffensive.
Okay, fine. Full offense to anyone involved, but Geralt is kind of a shitty character. He's always like deadpan and I don't know, he's just not a very good character. But everyone else is a good character and they develop and like their interactions with you are interesting and like it's all based on novels. So like they are actually fleshed out. And just like playing in that world that actually exists in detail somewhere is nicer than other games. That's what I like about it. Like how they create their creatures, they have lore, you can read up on them, so on and so forth.
Hey David, could we actually get those? Those things? Yeah, do you mind? I just want to find out what this is. I'm hoping it's Dominator Platinum DDR4. And we can show that to you guys. Okay, because I've tried both times, and actually the funny thing is with Witcher 2, I even got like an hour and a half in, because I was looking for a consistent benchmarking spot, and I did not find it compelling at all. Thank you, sir.
Well, do you like fantasy RPGs anyway?
I made it all the way through Dragon Age.
1?
Yeah, Dragon Age 2 I did not find nearly as compelling.
That was kind of shitty compared to the first one.
Dragon Age 1 was really great, though. I really enjoyed it.
I don't have a knife.
I do. What is this? Who's it from? Ooh, it is from Corsair. But I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel heavy enough to be Dominator Platinums.
Quick, chat. Guess what it is.
Let's play a guessing game.
Nope,
Live
address.
unboxings.
Oh, am I not supposed to swear?
I don't care.
Okay.
Try not to drop F-bombs all over the place, you know? Oh, it's the new Corsair Link thing. Cool. So this is supposedly a pretty big improvement over the old one. Wow, it's much lower profile. I don't know how much they've shown of this yet, so I'm gonna just kind of put that back in the box for now. But cool. So we're definitely gonna check that out. And then the other one. Here, you want to do the honors?
I like how you just toss things.
It's not fragile. It's Corsair. It's made by Corsair, so it's pretty good. Unlikely to break. We've actually thrown Corsair power supplies out of cars and dropped them off roofs. Speaking of great power supplies, though, This is one of the finest power supplies available on the market. 80 plus platinum, 1200 watt, fully modular. So this is a V-Series power supply from Cooler Master because we realized as we were building the rigs for the whole room liquid cooling setup that we had asked Cooler Master for 750 watt power supplies with the assumption that I was going to be getting one of the Titan Blacks. Well, after much debate and much concealment of the actual plan by
Luke and I are just like, yeah, let's give me the Titan.
Yeah, so I ended up with an old GTX 285 that we had lying around somewhere in my rig, and Ed ended up with 2 Titans, and we kind of went, shoot, is 750 watts even enough? Probably not. So, because he's got 3 graphics cards in there. What is it?
2 Titans and a Quadro.
Yeah, 2 Titans and a Quadro, plus the 10 gigabit Ethernet card, plus the 12-core processor. So we're talking about the kind of rig that these types of power supplies are legitimately made for.
Actually, we should measure much it actually takes.
We should measure, like, when you're dinking around in Cinema 4D, we should have a look at what kind of power consumption when you're hitting the RAM, the GPUs, and the CPU all at the same time.
CPU doesn't get used that much during Octane.
Oh, that's right. No, but so
yeah, it's all
you know what?
GPU.
I'm gonna give the floor to you while I go get a drink of water. Would you like one too?
Can you get my energy drink in the other room?
Sure. Yeah, I'll grab your energy drink. But I want you to justify, because people haven't really, I think, been able to understand why anyone could possibly need a 12-core CPU, 64 gigs of RAM, dual Titan Blacks, and a Quadro in one machine. Can you justify what the heck it is you do around here that you need that kind of power for? I'll be right back.
Justify that. Okay. Where to start? Alright, so for the 12-core processor, well, I use After Effects pretty much exclusively these days. No, that's a lie. Most for the big projects like the build guides, I guess that's it these days. I use After Effects to do motion graphics for the intro, the lower thirds, and then I've also started to use Cinema 4D, and I have the Octane renderer engine, which is fully GPU accelerated. So, to put this, to, I guess, size this up against each other, my 6-core processor would render a frame in about 6 minutes. One GPU would render 1 frame in 1 minute 30 seconds.
I'll be back, actually, I'm not quite ready yet.
2 GPUs would be around 45 seconds. I can't do math. So 3, bound to be, what, 20-ish? 25 seconds? Someone do the math for me, please. Porn. Why are we talking about porn? I don't get this. Yeah, it's 1 frame in 6 minutes because it's like 3D ray tracing. No, it's actually like photon something or other. But it's definitely more intensive than 2D video. Would you like to sit back down?
Yeah, sure. I noticed in my absence, you just completely took over the entire couch. Awesome. So, had you made it through all of the components yet?
I don't think I've justified the RAM yet. Okay, so in After Effects, to use multiprocessor rendering, you have to assign each core some RAM. Ideally, you want to assign it 3 gigs each. I don't have enough for that, so I assign it 2 gigs. That's, what, 2 times 12? No, 24, because it counts the separate threads as a core.
Right,
so 48.
So 48 gigs.
Yeah. So that's 48. I guess I could. No, that brings it up to 72.
No, you used to have. No, you didn't used to be able to do it because you had 6 cores, 12 threads. 12 times 3 is 36. And you had 32 gigs.
Yeah.
Whereas with the new 64 gig config, you'll have 24 threads times. Yeah, you still won't have enough.
Yeah, I can still only assign 12 gigs to it.
Yeah, but you know what we could try as an experiment? We could try turning off hyperthreading. because hyperthreading will give you a, probably a 10 to 15% boost, but you might get more of a boost by being able to assign more RAM to your cores.
Interesting.
We should play around with that. That's going to be cool. Anyway,
Some Mac users have allegedly disabled some cores, but that's not hyperthreading.
No, but you can, because the Mac Pro only has 4 memory slots. But then you can load it with ECC RAM, so,
I still have more slots on there, right?
Yeah, you have 8 slots.
Could get more RAM.
Yes. Asus has a beta BIOS for the X79 Deluxe that supports 16 gig DIMMs. But only certain ones, not the ones that we originally obtained for the project. Okay, so sorry, you were justifying why you need all the...
Well, I justified the Cinema 4D just because
yeah.
it's linear performance scaling with graphics cards, which is amazing. I think I need 2 more Titans, honestly. Because, okay, take the cost of a Titan, right? And then
$1,000.
Count how many hours an extra Titan would save me in rendering.
In the one project we've ever done.
One so far. It could be more. If I could do things faster, I could do more of those. And that's how I'm trying to justify 2 more Titans.
Well, you've got 2. Why don't we see how it goes from there? Anyway, so because of him, I don't even have a DisplayPort output. So my LG monitor is running on a DVI to HDMI adapter and HDMI in at 50 hertz. So I am going to have to obtain some other kind of GPU for my system. And when that happens, I guess around the same time, we're going to add another pump to the whole room setup so that bleeding air from the system is much, much easier. Because right now, the only way to bleed the air from the lines that go down and then up to each system from the top of the room is to disconnect all the other systems so that the main pump is only pushing through one system so that we can get all the air bubbles out. But what's cool is the way we have it working right now, none of the systems even have pumps on. So if we could close the door to the server room...
The fans are on.
The fans are running. You still want fans running, but we wouldn't have to have them all running. So the way that it's set up right now, if we could close the door to the server room, we could actually have the room be extremely quiet.
Which is very cool. Which, how loud is the rad?
Not bad.
No?
Not bad. But what I'm thinking is we might get like a variable power supply, so we could dial it into 8 volts or something like that. Because with 20 Noctua Industrial NFF12 fans and then 5 quad radiators, it's way more than enough for the systems that we have in there. We actually had it running passively for hours today with 3 of the systems idling and Ed's 12-core priming. And you managed to raise it, what, like 2 degrees?
What, on passive?
Yeah.
Passive.
Without the fans even running.
100%. It was 48 degrees Celsius. Idle was 30?
Yeah. I mean, but when you had it priming, it went up to about 50 degrees Celsius max, right?
It was about the same.
Was it about the same?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we didn't even manage to increase the temps. But I'm thinking in the winter, we may not have to disconnect from the whole room system. What we might do is just turn off all the fans. And then if we have enough, or turn on only a few of the fans. So what I'm thinking is, as like a phase 2, if Luke and I could find a way to have a temperature-controlled switch for each bank of fans. So as water temperature reaches X degrees, another bank of fans turns on, and as it reaches X degrees, another bank turns on, and then they turn off to prevent the entire water cooling system from getting so cold that we have condensation problems. So that could be like a phase 2, where it actually intelligently maintains its temperature at a specific setting.
Can you set fan curve without a PC connected to it?
Yeah, there would be a way. Actually, yes. A T-balancer can be configured with extra mini controllers. And those will run.
Oh, I getcha.
You program them, so you don't actually have to have the software interacting with it. That could even work.
Stupid.
It's so stupid, it might just be brilliant.
This is getting stupider and stupider.
I love it. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, we had someone in the Twitch chat figure out the T-balancer thing before I said it, so we got to give them a shout out for that. Who is it? Who is it? Where are you? I can't find it because I don't have that stupid plugin installed in my browser, so I can't scroll up. Anyway, good job. You know what? We should probably do our sponsor spots before we completely run out of time today. So first up is 5-4 Club. So guys, to be clear, the 5-4 Club offer has actually changed a little bit. So now, instead of saving $15 on your first package, they are actually going to send you all the clothing that you ordered, and they're just going to put cash money in the box for you. $10 cash. Boom.
Like actually cash? Like dollar bills or whatever.
That is it. So rather than like an online discount, they're offering $10 cash back in the packaging.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like, okay, sure, why not? So guys, the whole thing with 5-4 Club is that it takes the effort out of shopping. So I'm just going to pull up their site so I can show you guys how the whole thing works. Here we go. Linus' screen share. Actually, I should probably move that. There we go. Shopping sucks. Let us take care of making you look good. Now, Edzel, you enjoy shopping, correct?
I love shopping, Linus. You know me so well.
I thought you do like shopping. You like wearing nice clothes.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so even the ones who like wearing nice clothes, apparently, I thought you enjoyed shopping for clothes. You wanted to go shopping in Vegas when we were there the first year.
Yeah, but there wasn't much else to do. Like outside of the parties. It's just like, what is in Vegas besides gambling? I hate gambling.
So the way 5-4 Club works is every month they send you a package of clothes so you can look and feel great. You take a quick survey. It takes literally less than a minute. Luke and I both actually timed it. See, you know what? That's what we're going to do today. We are going to do the survey. In fact, check this out. They even put a timer in the corner so that you can realize as you finish that you took less than a minute to do it. So what should we go for? Okay, I'm going to have you do the survey, Ed.
Let's do business casual.
Here, hold on.
I actually really like the 5-4 system just because...
Okay, you want business casual?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can I get this thing?
I scrolled down the page. What's your favorite color to wear?
It's about fall now, right?
So maybe a red?
Yeah.
Or brown?
No, let's go blue.
Let's go with blue?
like blue.
What does blue have to do with fall? Okay, what's your second favorite color to wear?
Let's go with the gray. Let's go with that.
Let's go with the
the
gray.
gray thing.
Third favorite color?
Let's go with brown.
Okay, brown. And then what is your top size?
Medium.
Medium? What is your bottom size?
32.
All right. 32. What is your bottom fit?
Straight.
Straight fit? Yep. Shoe size?
Oh, jeez.
9?
What shoe?
You're probably about a 9.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and then which do you like more?
Striped?
Go with striped? All right. What is your second favorite shirt type?
Solid.
Solid. All right. So you're not a plaid guy is what you're
Nope.
trying to say. Raw or washed for your jeans?
Raw.
Gotta love the raw. Okay. What kind of denim style do you prefer?
Fashion.
Fashion denim. T-shirt preference?
Fashion.
Fashion. Okay. And shoes?
Oh, they're both. Now let's go with boat shoe.
Boat shoe? All right. So there you go. Total time elapsed 101 seconds. All right. So it took us a little longer than 60 seconds. But the main point is on your first time, you get $10 cash back. So sign up at bit.ly/LinusFFC and try it out. We actually had a 5-4 Club sponsorship spot that we did a while back that was a total disaster. I got all of the pricing wrong. I got the offer for their July thing totally wrong. But you know what's hilarious is they actually reached out to us and said a whole bunch of our viewers signed up. So in the next couple minutes, I'd like to hear from any of you who signed up for 5-4 Club. Go ahead and tweet with hashtag Linus54. Not because I'm 5'4" tall. I'm much taller than that.
What's the offer code? Someone asked.
Sorry?
Someone asked what the offer code was.
Offer
Linus.
code is Linus, I believe. 5'4" Linus. Let me just double check.
I really love the 5.4 system just because, like, I don't have time to go shopping, like, during the weekdays just because I leave here at 6. Nope, 5:30.
Oh, apparently we've used hashtag Linus54 before. Already then. Okay, 5.4.
For those of you just tuning in, Luke is off at PAX. I'm Edzel at Edzel Yago on Twitter. I guess me doing that doesn't really do anything, does it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Follow me.
All right.
Say that.
I'm posting the link, guys. Just make sure you use the link, and I believe offer code is Linus, so give that a try. All right, and then so yeah, if I'm gonna see if anyone has actually tweeted with the hashtag. I want to hear what you guys think of it. Linus54. I did caps lock, so 22 seconds ago, all you did was use the hashtag. You didn't actually tell me what you think of it. Okay, so maybe we'll come back to this later. But in the meantime,
Twitter is hard.
I know, Twitter is so difficult. Our second sponsor this week is HyperX Memory. So they are actually our gold sponsor for our PAX Prime coverage. Luke and Brandon are down there at the show and hopefully having a ton of fun, bringing you guys a ton of great coverage over the next, I guess it'll be
Is that Friday,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All the PAX Prime coverage should be landing, so they're going to be covering some game stuff. They're going to be covering some of the hardware stuff, and you guys should definitely get excited about that. I think Luke is going to be trying to get all of his work done in the first, I think, what was he trying to do? Trying to get all of his work done in the first 2 days, and then try to spend a bunch of time gaming. So if you're going to be down in the BYOC, down at PAX Prime, definitely go say hi to Luke and Brandon. They're both going to be there. Nick's going to be there as well. And Luke actually has my computer down there. So if you've ever wanted to see my personal rig in person, and you're going to be down at PAX, and you're going to be in the BYOC, that's basically going to be the requirements. He didn't have time to fix up his Spotswood test bench, and he asked if he could build up a rig from some of the parts around the office, and I was just like, well, I got a newborn. I'm not gaming this weekend. So, yeah, I guess you can just take my rig. So I thought that was pretty darn cool. All right, so
Someone did it in 14 seconds.
Someone did what? Did the 5.4 thing in 14 seconds?
Yeah, I don't think they actually chose things right. Or they might just be like,
that's kind of fun. Maybe for our next 5.4 integration thing, we should actually make that a contest. Let's see who can do the 5.4 survey in the least amount of time. Just so you know, guys, the pricing for 5.4. So per month is $60. They send you a sticker price of... Sorry, what's up?
What's the 5.4 hashtag?
Oh, sorry. I'll post that. Okay, so hashtag Linus54. Guys, so hit us on Twitter with that. I want to hear what you think of the service now that you've been using it. So it's $60 a month, and then you get a total value of $100 worth of clothing, and then the first month, they're just going to send you $10 in the box. So you get effectively a $10 discount on your first month. Oh, and something I should mention about HyperX's sponsorship for PAX Prime is they really wanted me to tell you guys, check out their YouTube channel because they've been doing a lot of really cool stuff on it lately. So you just go to youtube.com/ I think just HyperX works now as well. No, it doesn't. So youtube.com/ Kingston HyperX. And they've been doing a bunch of really cool stuff. So aside from just like, here's some really great memory and headsets and USB drives and stuff, you should probably try it out. They've also got a bunch of really cool content that's like bloggy style or skits or interviews with pro esports athletes. So they're doing a fantastic job of releasing a ton of interesting content. When you compare that to what other brand names tend to do on their YouTube channels, where it's like yet another place to put an ad, I think their approach really stands out from the crowd. So
I like how they've been doing a lot of videos or ads with actual pro gamers. I mean, like they're not actors, so
they're kind of very bad.
I wasn't sure if I could say that or not.
But that's fine. Yeah. It's genuine.
Yeah, it is genuine, and it does help the esports scene. So I do really appreciate that.
So I mean, actually, this is funny. We check this out. We creeped them on WAN Show last week to have a look at how their YouTube channel's growing, and they had added. Let's look at their full monthly statistics. They had added almost half of their total subscriber count in the previous 2 weeks, or rather month. And this time, it looks like they've pretty much done it again. They have added 20,000, and they have a total of 44,000 subscribers. So they're growing extremely quickly. So someone likes something that they're doing. This is funny. I've got KGHT222 in the Twitch chat saying that the $60 a month for 5-4 Club is an average of $2 a day for clothing. I doubt even Bill Gates spends $800 a year on clothing.
Bill Gates, I don't think is really on top of that fashion thing, or I don't think he even cares.
I think Bill Gates probably spends more than $800 a year on clothing.
I think he might be one of those people who buys like really expensive polos that are like bulletproof.
Okay.
So I don't know. I wish I could meet Bill Gates. Bill Gates, meet me, please.
Yeah, Bill Gates. Bill, if you're watching, man, you know we'd love to have you on the show sometime.
People are really complaining about $60 a month for clothes. Like, I don't. No offense to people, but clothes are kind of expensive. If you care about like
not
keeping up with
homeless.
stuff. Yeah. Well, no, you can look not homeless without spending all that much money, but to keep up with anything, it's kind of a lot of work.
All right, so we're gonna do it. We are gonna go unfiltered and have a look at what you guys have to say about 5.4. This will either be a great endorsement for the service, or if you guys hate it, then there'll be that. Here we go.
Is better than anyone.
They sent me clothes in the box without the face of Neptune. Gotta love my socks. All right. Timothy says they have great clothing. Dana says, like all things, I don't like the cost of shipping to Canada. Yes, 5.4 is more expensive to ship to Canada. Okay.
Jacob Ingram says, I just wanted to say you're pretty awesome, Edzel.
I think you're skipping ahead. Sam Palmer says, I wish it was available in Australia. Would love to use the system. Rom says, love it. Thanks for recommending it, and hi, Linus. Lewis suggests that Linus do the boiling water challenge. Thanks, Lewis.
I don't
Jackass.
think that's a thing.
Okay. Amir says, I really like the system, but sadly I'm only 14 and constantly changing sizes. Actually, I would see that as an advantage. If you budget for it and you let... Because, okay, the way 5.4 works is they have like a style advisor who you work with directly and who handpicks your clothing every month. So they actually have someone that you can contact and be like, yo, dog, I changed sizes. So just throwing that out there.
That's interesting.
Etan says, did it in 20 seconds. All right. Brian asks, try to make the service available in the UK.
Shorts, sweatpants, and graphic t-shirts.
They don't have my style. I like shorts, sweatpants, and graphic t-shirts.
Is that a style?
I don't know that sweatpants and graphic t-shirts are a style. I think that might be your issue, Sam.
Says the guy who wears socks and sandals.
I don't wear sweatpants. Have you ever seen me wear sweatpants?
I want to say you have, but...
I think I did once. I was really sick. All right.
Oh! Sometimes you walk around in pajamas, I think.
That's
Not here
Luke.
recent.
Oh, at home, yes. I've actually done videos in my pajamas. Jack says, love the Surface. Brett says, come to Australia. Okay, I think we've given 5.4 enough screen time at this point. They should be pretty happy because we've like blabbed about them forever. See, this is the problem. We always start talking about like the sponsor value add, and then it's like, this is a good discussion topic.
Clothes are overrated.
All right, I'm letting you deal with this one. It was originally posted by Mushi on the forum, and the original article is from computerandvideogames.com. But Nintendo says goodbye to casual gamers. what exactly, here, I'm just going to bring up the article before I hand you the laptop. That's what it looks like. What exactly do they mean by that?
Well, whoa, that didn't work.
Oh. Which didn't work?
The article being up.
Oh, no, that's okay. The article's gone.
Well, apparently, because smartphones and Apple in particular is taking over the casual gaming market, they don't really see a need to
Okay, no, go ahead.
to keep making games for the casual gaming market, which makes sense because you'd be competing with people who don't really want to play games anyway, unless it's convenient. So I like the direction they're going with this.
I don't like it at all.
Why not?
You look at one of their most successful products in the last 10 years, the DS. The DS was all about the casual experience for me. I played more Bomberman on my DS than anything else.
But you've also played games like, what is it? Bravely Default.
Yes.
How did you like that?
Bravely Default was good until it completely crapped the bed.
Okay. But, okay, let's ask the chat. How many of you guys are, or like casual games on Nintendo?
Okay, here. Do you guys think Nintendo still has a contribution to make to casual games? Or should they focus on the stuff that looks casual in terms of the art style, like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, but is actually extremely hardcore in terms of the game balancing and the gameplay? So there. Why don't we do a straw poll? Here, do you want to fire up? Do you know how straw poll works?
Yeah.
Yeah, make up a straw poll. I want to hear from you guys. Does Nintendo still have a contribution to make, or do you just want them to focus on what, I mean, really, they're very good at? You know, Zelda, I would make the argument that in spite of how cartoony something like Ocarina of Time might have looked, is definitely a gamer title, not a casual title. Okay. Go ahead and post that. You just have to kind of spam it a little bit and do the permissive vote. Yeah, there you go. I have one more straw poll in mind before the end of the show that I'm totally going to blindside you with. It's going to be fun. All right, spam.
What? No.
People say Ocarina is cartoony. Yeah. Come on. Little fairy.
Where'd I put that? It disappeared.
Yeah, the Twitch chat just moves really fast.
I mean, my straw poll tab.
There we go. Boom! JJJ says, Linus, do you see this? No. All right, let's go ahead and screen share here.
So,
okay,
you mentioned
let's
Mario
our
Kart
discussion.
and Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I love Super Mario Kart. I play it with the NCIX guys, like, every week. And then, like, we go to Chris's and then play it some more. That's definitely not a casual game, just because I know it's freaking hard. And it's great. Love it. I probably spend more time playing Super Mario Kart than... Or
It means
just
Mario Kart Wii U.
Mario Kart, yeah. Sorry. That's what I started with. The Super Mario Kart on SNES. On consoles, I've played that more than any other game on a console.
Really?
Yes.
That much?
Yeah.
So would you say that... Okay, so... Because the Wii's whole value add was supposed to be Wii Fit and Wii Sports.
But they're terrible.
Flinging the Wiimote around, okay? So that was the Wii. So if Nintendo's direction is, okay, Wii U, we're going to go back to 1080p, 60 FPS, and hardcore titles, could you be sold a Wii U?
If they made more hardcore titles?
Yeah. If they did more Mario Kart class titles on the Wii U, would you consider buying one?
If no one else in my group of friends had a Wii U, then yes. Like, honestly, for Mario Kart, I would just buy a Wii U just for Mario Kart. It's a really good party game.
Okay, so that's it. That's the issue then, because from
that
a business
is kind of an issue because
from a business standpoint, if the objective is to sell more copies of the game and more consoles, are they going to be doing themselves any favors by eliminating casual games in favor of, I mean, arguably, the two examples that we came up with of great Nintendo hardcore titles, party games.
Well, So, you're asking whether or not it's better for Nintendo to make party games and sell fewer consoles than casual games and sell more?
Yeah, like.
But do you have any stats for that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm just saying that it feels like a problem that the titles that you and I are discussing that could sell the console to us are titles that really only one person within a group of friends really needs to own. Unless you're gonna be one of those people like Luke who sits and practices Mario Kart so that when everyone comes and plays with him, he just wrecks everybody. Those people are bad people, by the way. People who practice party games.
You know, I think
you're all bad people.
Anthony and Chris, probably Jack, me maybe too, probably better than Luke at Mario Kart.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though you didn't know the name of the game.
Mario Kart, doesn't matter if there's super on there or an 8 on the end, same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
And actually, Chris's girlfriend, amazing at Super Nintendo's Mario Kart.
Really?
Yeah, ridiculous.
All right. Well, you know what? We will have to do some game streaming sometime. Maybe we'll go over to Luke's house or something.
Or, yeah, we could.
Yeah, we'll play
We
some.
have to bring all. No.
We'll play some Mario Kart.
I don't have a LAN PC.
No, Mario Kart.
Oh,
yeah.
Mario Kart.
You'll have to show us your skills, and we'll have to see how that goes. You know what's funny though is we could actually do PC game streaming from the office now. Everybody's work machine is now a legit gaming rig.
I need to SLI that.
Oh yeah, we never put an SLI bridge in your
No.
machine. Well, in theory, you wouldn't need it.
Whatever. I need. Have you played Battlefield?
Have I played Battlefield 4?
Yeah.
Not really. I played a little bit of the single player and got bored.
Can I borrow those? The Titans?
You want to borrow the Titans? How are you going to get them out of the machine?
Scissors.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So I SLI'd the first time last week with dual 770s. Battlefield is running alright, but I am using a 2-year-old 8150 that Linus gave me for free when I started interning for him at NCIX Tech Tips.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently the 8150 is bottlenecking my 2S cards.
Yeah, that 8150 was that was like the bitch chip even then.
And you gave it to me for my hard work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Linus.
Hey, you got RAM and a motherboard and I'm pretty sure a GPU at some point. So, yeah, it wasn't all terrible. All right, so Razer Cortex, their Deals video game tracker is now this is in early access right now, correct?
Yep.
All right, so basically...
Bye, David.
Bye, David. So basically, one of the best things about being a PC gamer, just ask PC gamers, there is no $59.99. I mean, there is, for like 2 days. Or if it's South Park Stick of Truth. Man, that hurt. I didn't buy that till like months after release, and it was still $59.99. Anyway, there's no such thing as sticker price. There's always a deal. So Razer has their new Cortex Game Deal Tracker. It scours the internet tirelessly to let you know of price drops, sweet deals, and exciting promotions on your favorite games so you'll never miss out on another bargain. So you can sign up for early access and check it out. It's in beta and currently comparing prices exclusively in the US region, and other regions will come after launch, but that is something that you guys are definitely going to want to check out. Have you signed up?
No, I haven't.
Really? Are you going to?
I have so many things running already, and I like Steam. That's what I thought about it. I thought, looking at all these features, it looks like Steam and GeForce Experience. It has like the game optimizing tool.
Yeah.
And it like defrags your system, which I already do. It like prioritizes things.
So would you even fire it up to see if there was a deal before you bought a game on Steam, or would you just blindly buy it on Steam because you find the Steam experience so much better?
Well, like, depends on how it works. Is it going to send me to any number of dozen sites? Like, I don't want to make a new account for a site every time a deal comes up, and it's
Right.
like on a different site. Like, one reason I buy games off Steam is that it's on Steam.
Yeah.
You know, there's my Steam wallet. It's just right there. Or EA Origin Store, Ubisoft Store. I don't buy anything on there. You know, it's like, it's right there. It's convenient. Whereas Razer doesn't have their store. Like,
Right.
how are they going to do this?
I'm really interested to try it out. I'm going to install it. I'm going to try it out, and then I'll see how it goes from there. Maybe it'll be a disaster, but I mean, Razer has shown that they're pretty serious about building software that makes gaming better. I mean, Comms is a great example of that. They saw a gap, and they're like, okay, we're going to build something that legitimately addresses a need that people have. So I'm interested to check this out.
Funny that you should mention comms. Dolby Accent wasn't working, like, several times last week. The crew and I used Dolby Accent.
Yep.
So we actually used Razer comms. I think it has more features than I remember, and it's kind of nice now. Yeah, gotta say.
Yep.
They've improved a lot.
It's not bad. Okay, we've got a couple more topics before we say goodbye, because it's 6:15 already here. Microsoft claims they are starting to crack down on fake apps in the Windows Store. This was originally posted by Sherman Taker on the forum, and the article's from The Verge. And basically, Microsoft says they reached out to devs and told them that they have to make their apps compliant with their new guidelines, which are that it can't have an icon that's too close to something that is not representative of what it is. I think there were a couple of other things, but basically there have been devs that are just like SwiftKey, for example. If you go to the SwiftKey, you know what?
Not the SwiftKey devs.
Not the SwiftKey devs. But if you search for SwiftKey in the Windows Store, I'm going to try it now. I've screenshotted it from before, but let's do a live test of whether a scam app that I found, SwiftKey keyboard has 8 ratings for 1 star. That is a $4 app.
Ooh.
The award-winning app for Android that replaces your on-screen keyboard, giving you the fastest and easiest way to type now in Windows Phone. Let's have a look at the reviews. 8 ratings. Where are the reviews? Here we go. Scam artist. Do not purchase this. This is fake. Very unhappy. Fake app for $4. This is fake. This app does nothing. So, apparently they've removed 1,500 apps based on how many scam apps I found over the last little bit. Yeah, that's probably not enough. Developers who refuse to comply with Microsoft's new guidelines are getting them removed, but I think they've still got a lot more work to do.
But they're taking steps forward, so that's good.
They're acknowledging the problem. That's all I'm giving them credit for at this point.
Well, they're also dealing with it.
Sort of. I mean, the one I tested is still there, so we'll see. Originally posted by Deletive on the forum. The original article here that he's referring to is from Hardware 360, and allegedly Microsoft will offer the Windows 9 upgrade either free or for $20. So Microsoft will also have an awesome offer for Windows XP users. To be clear, that price is for Windows 8.1 users. Another tidbit is that the Enterprise Windows 9 is rumored to be completely Metro free. So Metro is the modern UI, you know, this one. Yay, I can scroll back and forth. Woo! Except I don't want to do that. Okay. So cheap Windows upgrade offers aren't unprecedented. They have done this kind of thing before.
It's the Windows Store, not the Windows Phone Store, maybe.
I believe they are actually integrating them moving forward. So I'm not sure. I think there's some stuff that's in both or whatever the case may be. Either way, they have to address both of them. They need to acknowledge the problem everywhere. You guys should put sponsors below the stream. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We probably should do that at some point. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the show today. Although, I have one more straw poll for you guys before we go. I'm just going to create it. I'm going to put poor Edzel on the spot. What did you think of Edzel's guest co-host spot. All right, let's come up with some options here.
I think it got better towards the end.
10 out of 10, amazing. Would love to have him again. Okay, let's go with 5 out of 10. Got better towards the end. And 1 out of 10. Very.
Wait, why are you doing it out of 10 if there are only 3 options?
And 0 out of 10.
Oh.
Lol.
Okay, well.
So basically, I'm setting you up for failure here. And I'm also saving you from potentially their devastating negative feedback because you know they're gonna go with 0 out of 10 just for the lulz.
I've gotten used to negative feedback.
Yeah, we all have.
You really just spam it like that?
Yeah. That way everyone sees it.
Edzel is too autistic.
Edzel's too autistic. Wow. Speaking of getting used to all the negative feedback.
Autism actually isn't a thing anymore, apparently. It's been just brought back into the... Oh, no, I'm thinking Asperger's.
You're thinking Asperger's. Yeah, autism is definitely a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
I think Asperger's has been brought back under the autism umbrella.
Yep.
Linus screen share. 10 out of 10, amazing. Would love to have him again. Has half of the votes. With 21% of the votes being 5 out of 10. Got better towards the end. Oh, there's a fair bit of 0 out of 10 lol. And 9% say 1 out of 10. Very unfortunate that Luke isn't here. So it actually looks like the reaction to your co-hosting job today has been pretty darn positive. So good job. Thank you everyone for tuning into the WAN show. Huge thanks to our sponsors, 5-4 Club, as well as HyperX. Make sure you try out 5-4 Club. That's bit.ly/LinusFFC, I think. There we go. And you get $10 in your first package. Yes, they slip $10 into your package. As well as HyperX. Check out their YouTube channel, youtube.com/KingstonHyperX for some great gaming content. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you again next week.
I need a laptop.
Yeah, you really need a laptop.
Give me a laptop.
That hurt you big time. Being able to see the topics and, like, look at stuff. Like, yeah.
I just forget how good that looks.
I know, I love this thing.
I did a good job with that.
Oh, should we show them the vinyl stickers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very short after party here. We're gonna go get. Are you gonna grab them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab these ones if you want to grab at least one from the other room. So we got these awesome. Don't break, please. We got these awesome vinyl stickers for the walls here. This has a paper covering over the top of it, so that's why it looks so faded. But it's like I don't even remember what color it is. Is this white and orange? Are you sure?
I think so.
No, it's like a gray. It's like an off-white. Oh, it is white. No, it's white.
Okay.
It's white. So it's a white and orange Linus Tech Tips that we have for one of the walls. And then Ed also did up, yeah, baby, WAN Stealth logo. So we're going to put that on one of the walls in the office. And finally, yeah, Brofist. Can they see it?
Yep.
Sweet.
Ooh. Move this down a bit. There you go.
I actually have, we've put up one, actually here, do you want to take Brofist and WAN Stealth away before they get damaged?
It's not faded, it just has like a sheet of paper.
Yeah, there's a paper covering over it to keep the multiple pieces in place. Here, I got them together. There we go. Actually, I have an example of what they're going to look like on the wall. So check this out, you guys. It's freaking awesome. I think so, anyway. So this is a sneak preview of what the whole room water cooling setup looks like so far. If my stupid Dropbox would automatically upload, okay.
Or we could just go to Edzel's Twitter.
Or we could go to Edzel's Twitter. Do you have a shot of the decals and the piping and the systems in from just now?
I have like a bunch of pictures.
Okay, you try to do that while I try to do this, and whoever does it first is a winner. Okay. So I'm like mailing to myself because Apple's. I took the picture on my iPhone. Apple's thing is like
boom,
super broken. Oh, this is your panorama. Oh, okay, yeah, that should be good. Okay. Oh,
you broke it.
Actually, I might like my shot better. No, I'm opening my picture. Okay, I'll show this one first. Okay, so there we go. Do you want to just get rid of us? Okay, so that's a panorama shot of the office. Basically, you can see this is Edzel's workstation, Brandon's workstation. Here's the copper piping coming down for each of the systems. This one's going to be for the potential new employee who I'm going to hear back from this weekend. This is for Taryn's workstation. This is an extra. This is for my workstation, and here are the vinyl decals on the wall. And then here, I'm just going to switch back to this so that I can go into my email without... Oh, I just heard from Chris from NCIX. NCIX challenges Linus Tech Tips to Mario Kart.
Oh, they're
8.
watching.
I guess you should have known that was coming.
Can I be on their team?
No. What do you think this is? You're going to abandon us in our hour of need?
They're better.
Wow. Wow. It's not... This is about family. This is not
okay,
about...
Well, alright. If we want to talk about family, I do game with them pretty much every night.
Uh-huh.
With voice chat and all. Versus just working over here.
Yeah, so someone says I should fire Edzel. Actually, no one said that. That was just what I was thinking. Oh, I can't even believe you. Anyway, so this is a not panorama shot, which I personally find a little bit easier to digest because I'm old. This is Terran's water-cooled system right here.
Oh, you took that like recently.
This is the extra. Here's my machine over in the corner running off of this one. And then we've got Brofist and WAN Stealth. Sort of centered. Look how much extra space.
Whatever.
Sort of centered on the wall in there. So, yeah, love it.
Those pipes look sketchy.
What looks sketchy about them?
Oh, maybe that stuff.
Oh, that's just a
label.
That's a label. Yeah, it's no big deal. These are copper pipes that were soldered by Luke's dad, so...
Need to be painted.
Needs to be painted?
That doesn't
nah,
make sense.
I don't want to paint them. I like the copper look.
Looks cool.
Yeah, we have...
Like, can we polish it somehow?
Yes.
Okay.
Luke's dad gave us this this stuff that we can use to polish it quite quickly, and then we're planning to paint a varnish layer over the top so that they really shine. I'm super stoked. It's gonna look awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you next week.